My name is Leo Rush. I'm 21 years old, and I've been wrestling for a year. I've been a part of 35 different promotions. It's been overwhelming, you know, wrestling for all these different promotions in such a short amount of time. I guess you can clearly see that I want this. When I was wrestling in high school, you know, it was so funny because everybody had so many goals and expectations for me. I ended up being an All-American in high school. And little did they know, the only reason why I was getting into amateur wrestling was to become a professional wrestler. You know, I never thought outside of high school or, you know, where this could take me. But there was just something about it that I didn't want to stick to it. I just wanted to be a professional wrestler. I've heard from so many guys that, oh, I've been wrestling for 10 years. I've been wrestling for 15 years. I mean, that's great and all, but like, I honestly think that it matters what you've done in that 10 or 15 years. I've trained 7 months before I got on my first match. And I've been on shows for about a year now. And I've literally been wrestling for 3 to 5 times a week for the past almost 2 years. And I feel like that makes up for so much. Yeah, February, March is gonna be pretty stacked. When I very first started out, I always asked my coaches and my trainers, how can I get at this certain level at this amount of time? And they would always say, oh, you gotta be patient, you gotta wait, you know, these things come with time. And I just had to sit there and say, why do I have to wait? You know? Like, why? I always felt like repetition and hard work could make up for time. You know, that's how I always thought about it in my head. I felt like if I kept doing something over and over and over and over and over again, it would make up for, you know, time that I would have had to wait. Every 3 to 5 matches in a month or two, it would make up for time that I would have to wait for in a year. I feel like I'm very, very, very competitive. I kind of scare myself sometimes. I'm not too out there with it though. I hope it's not that noticeable. I come from an amateur wrestling background, so I was super disciplined. I wanted to be the very best. I wanted to walk in a room and people said, damn, I know exactly who that guy is. That's my mindset now. You know, being a professional wrestler is just not showing up to shows and putting on boots. The weekdays is when I put in the actual work, when I'm training at the gym, when I'm being disciplined with my diet. Not too many things that I can go out and do with my friends because I'm trying to stay focused on this. Guys like me that will drop anything and everything for professional wrestling. He fell.
It fell.
You keep falling. So I have a 2-year-old son. His name is Dakari Green, and he absolutely means the world to me. I had him right after I graduated high school. Literally, as soon as I graduated and walked off the stage, a month or two later, he was born.
Ooh.
Count it. One. You know, being in the wrestling business and having a family is one of the toughest things that I've ever, had to go through. I couldn't imagine, a life without being around my family. And I've always been like a family person. Family has meant everything to me.
Who do you like wrestling?
You like Leo Rush?
No.
That's great to know. It sucks being around wrestling all the time and not being with your family. It's just one of the hardest things that I have to go through.
Where are we, and who are you getting ready to face later today?
Tonight we are in Hollywood, Maryland for Maryland Championship Wrestling, and I got Ryan McBride, one-on-one match for the MCW Heavyweight Championship. It's been a long ride, and tonight it's finally gonna pay off.
Introducing first, the challenger. He hails from the District of Columbia.
It's a crazy feeling being able to wrestle for the MCW Heavyweight Championship with only being a year and a half into the business. And this is where I trained, this is where I graduated, this is where I won the MCW Shane Shamrock Cup. To be able to win the MCW Championship tonight and pretty much represent the company, it will be a huge, huge step for me. There was a lot of guys that came from out of MCW, and they made huge impressions on me. Adam Cole is a huge role model. Luke Hawks, Keenan Creed, Pat Brink, Ryan McBride. It's an honor to be able to say that I'm an MCW wrestler. It's some pretty big shoes to fill right now, and I'm definitely up for the challenge. Since the last time we spoke, I am officially the 2016 Ring of Honor Top Prospect winner. And I can't believe that I'm saying that right now, but it's been, like I said before, it's been a long, long journey for me. Even though it was short, it felt pretty long. Being in the Top Prospect tournament, it's giving me so much hope. I just sat back and I was like, man, I have to be here. The energy level was ridiculous. The amount of talent coming out of the locker room, that's what I would call the elite. That is literally the elite, top tier athletes, and they all come out of Ring of Honor. I can't say exactly where I envision myself of being. I've learned in professional wrestling that anything can happen at any given moment, and plans change when you think that things are set in stone. And I've always wanted to just keep moving. I can't keep still. I just feel like my life is going to waste. There's a reason time was invented, and I don't like wasting it at all.